Without that, we are not really facing the world. The Buddha said, the Four Noble Truths, the first truth is dukkha. Dukkha is not only personal suffering, dukkha is also social suffering, international suffering, environmental suffering. And the Buddha said you have to find out the cause of suffering. They all come from greed, hate and delusion. Greed is now clearly expressed in capitalism, consumerism. Hatred is clearly expressed in militarism. Even government which claim to be democratic are in fact dominated by hatred, by violence. And delusion is worst of all, we are not aware. Most of the media make us deluded. Even most of the mainstream education makes us deluded. A lot of education teach people to be violent, teach people to be nationalistic, teach people to take sides, whether political science, economic science, social sciences. Luckily, we are now having alternative sciences. For instance, when Schumacher started Buddhist economics 35 years ago, he challenged mainstream economics. Mainstream economics made us all care for money, care for capital, not care for human beings. Schumacher said, Buddhist economics, as if human being matters. But nowadays, I think we should care not only as if human being matter, as if animals, plants, nature matter. And I'm happy that they're working more on that. They're now new Buddhist Economic Foundation in London, making Buddhist economics to be taught in mainstream university. You don't need to call Buddhist. You can call Buddhist small b, or you can call spiritual economics, whatever. I think label is not important. And likewise, political science, every textbook promoting violence, the hero, Alexander, Napoleon, Churchill, whatever. The one who won. Hitler bad because he didn't read. But I think they're all committing against the first precept. Luckily, and you may have not heard of Glenn Page. Glenn Page used to teach at Princeton. He did his PhD on the Korean War. And he was very proud American nationalist. He interviewed MacArthur, he interviewed Truman, and he felt the Korean War was the right thing to do, protecting democracy, liberty against the communists. But later on, Glenn Page had become Buddhist, and he learned that this is all against the first precept. The empire was bad. So it took 22 years to write a book. His book on his dissertation was bestseller on military academy, naval academy in this country. Read that book. But now he wrote a new book called Political Science Without Killing. It took him 22 years to make research, as he did the first book. Very, very wonderful research. None of the university press in this country consider it. Luckily, it's now published, and it's now translated into many languages, Tagalog, Thai, so on. So I think nowadays, if you want something academically out of the mainstream, you have to go outside to get it. That's why I try to tell you that greed, hate, and delusion is now manifest on the mainstream. Capitalism, militarism, and even main economic and mass media. I think once you are aware of that, then sila, not killing, not stealing, become real when you have your mindfulness. And this mindfulness is not only to purify oneself, this mindfulness is also to understand the structural violence in the world. Because sila and samadhi lead to panya or prajna. Prajna is translated usually as wisdom. It could also translate as understanding. So when you understand the structure of violence, then you can change it. You can, when you see the oppressive system, you learn not to hate the oppressors. If you hate the oppressor, you commit violence. You commit against the first precept. But you are not to hate the oppressor, but you must destructure the oppressive system, the structure. I think that is very Buddhist. Can do it non-violently, truthfully. I give you concrete examples. I have done, Alan said, I start with a few friends, international network engaged Buddhists. And I have also involved in spirit in education movement. I challenge education on the mainstream, but we bring in the Buddha teaching on Sila, Samadhi, Panya into concrete form in the modern world. We have been working for 15 years in China, in Burma. And Burma has been run by dictatorship since 1962. We talk to the monks in Burma. Once they trust us, I think it's essential to build a Kalyana Mitra, friendship, trusting each other. And the monk confessed to me openly. They call me Ajahn. Ajahn, Burma is in bad shape. We are run by dictators because of our bad karma. We have done something bad in the past. We suffered. I said, that is not the Buddhist way of looking. We all have past karma, some bad, some good, but the present is very important. And the Buddha said, the present karma could change if you have your cetana, your will to be on the kusala, skillful. Once you change your will, you can have the new karma, verbal karma, bodily karma, even mental karma. And if you have that, with good friends together, you can organize things and challenge the corrupt structure, the corrupt politics in your country. And that's what the monks in Burma have been doing. So the last 6-7 years is now known as the Saffron Revolution. They came out on the streets demanding democracy, demanding freedom. They've been beaten, some of them tortured, some of them killed, some of them put into prison. And all the time they recite Metta Sutta. Metta Sutta in Pali. The meaning is that a mother loving her child, her only child, by willing to sacrifice her life to protect her child. We should cultivate loving kindness to all beings. They recite it all the time. But now, you can see it's changing now in Burma. Aung San Suu Kyi released, she stands for elections, and even though, she is only one woman, when she received the Nobel Peace Prize, she wrote a book called Freedom from Fear. She forgave those who tortured her, who put her into house arrest. That's why I think the Buddhist approach is very meaningful. But you have to understand the structure. You must not only cultivate peace within. Peace within is important, but we must bring peace into the world. But peace into the world, you have to understand the social structure in the world. Otherwise, you cannot change it meaningfully. And by doing this, you need to collaborate with friends, and friends need to be Buddhist. They could be Christian, they could be Muslim, they could be atheists, but people just should come together in order to understand the structural violence which is now control the world. Consumerism try to deceive us. By overcoming this, then I think the practice of the teaching of Buddha will become relevant for all of us. I hope I have made some sense to you, and if you wish to question me or to ask for more elaborations I'd be happy to do so. Thank you for your attention.